Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So on today's video we are going to be doing another random pickups video, but in addition to the normal bits and pieces that I've been picking up from here, there and everywhere, I have also bought some more bits. So the bit at the end of the video, I'm going to sort of go through some more bits that I picked up off Dan. So for those of you that have seen the video a couple of weeks ago, you would have seen the big bundle of stuff that I picked up from Dan. Well, yeah, I kind of went and picked up the rest of what he had. So yeah, I'll leave that to the end of the video, but let's dive straight into the other pickups that we've got. So the first one that we've got is actually a box and manual, and that is for World Cup 98 on the N64. Now, I will say I've probably spent more than I need to, so I can't remember how I've got the cart for this already in the collection, but I can't remember how much I paid for it. But I paid $8.99 for the box and £4 for the manual. Now I think box complete this goes for about £15. So what are we at? 9, 10, 11, 12, 9 to 13 quid. So yeah, I've probably spent more than if I was to buy a complete in box, but I will say that the box for this is in really good condition, like really pristine. So yeah, I'm not that displeased. So what I'm going to do is after the video I will get the game put in, and then we'll get it added to the ever-growing N64 shelf. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to sort something out because I really don't want to take the N64 games down from there. I may need to sort of tweak it a bit, and actually sort of take some of the complete in-box games off the shelf, but I don't know. I'm going to have to sort out. But yeah, so first is a box-only game. Then, next up, I'm going to carry on with something that I picked up, I think it was in the last random pickups video. So we got the Amiibo display, which was the sort of the Mario end level display. And one of the things I said that I wanted to do was actually get a full set of Mario characters. So Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Yoshi and Toad. To basically fill that display. But while I was sort of looking through, so yeah, scanning through eBay, looking for some Amiibos, I ended up coming across some others, which yeah, I ended up buying. They won't go in that display, but I'll find somewhere for them. So the first one that we've got is a Mewtwo. So we paid £7.49 for that. Looking it up online, it goes for £12 at CEX, £10 on eBay. And yeah, the other Pokemon one that I really want to get is Pikachu. So I've got a couple that I do really want to get. I'm not going to get into the point of collecting sort of sealed Amiibos. Obviously, I do have the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Link, but yeah, I would rather have them sort of in their sort of open form. So yeah, I'm going to put Mewtwo there for a minute. And then I actually did get another set of Amiibos, but the order that I placed didn't actually arrive. So it got lost in the post, which was a real shame because I was really desperate to get it. So in the end, what I did was I actually went and bought them all individually. And that was the Mario Wedding Amiibos. So the first one that we got was obviously Mario. That one ended up got that one from CEX, and I paid £18 for. So yeah, not cheap, but equally I sort of really wanted to add it into the collection. Once again, I'm not going to put these into the Amiibo display. I want to just get the normal outfits for those. So yeah, that goes for £18 at CEX, £20 on eBay. Then the next one that we got was Bowser. That one I paid £20 for that one. That goes for £25 at CEX and then £20 on eBay. That one actually come from eBay. And then the final one that we got was Princess Peach. That goes for £25 at both CEX and eBay. This one actually come from eBay. So yeah, it was a real shame because the original lot that I bought, I managed to get them for £33 and 28p. But yeah, as I say, something happened with a post and I ended up getting a refund for them. So yeah, a bit of a shame, but I do now have them in the collection, so I'm not too disappointed. Okay, so moving on, we're going to move on to the first actual game for today, and that is going to be the Batman Arkham Collection on the PS4. Now, I have actually got an Arkham Collection version on, I think it's the 360 we got it on, but there was only actually one game in there. The other two games, I think it was Arkham City was in there, and Arkham Knight and Arkham Asylum were download only. So I decided I wanted to pick this one up and see if this was any better. With this one, everything was on the disc apart from Arkham Knight, which was a bit of a shame. I'm not too sure. I think I have got Arkham Knight on the PS4, so I do have a disc version of it, which is fine. But yeah, decided to sort of grab that. That one, I actually got that off an eBay auction, and that was brand new. Paid £12.85 for it. Because it was new, don't have a CEX price down. But it normally goes for about £16 on eBay, so got it slightly cheaper there, which was really good. Then, next up, I'm actually going to go back to a pickup that I made a while ago now. I remember filming the video, don't know when it come out, but I actually picked up a faulty Nintendo Switch. And while I was at it, what I wanted to do was I bought the correct box for it. I then picked up a dock and the controller grip, but I didn't have any Joy-Cons for it. Well, now I do. I managed to pick up the neon Joy-Cons for the Switch, and actually I got these. These are both I got these in a faulty listing, so there was no real description on the listing. Just basically said faulty Joy-Cons, and that was it. When we've actually got it, the red one actually works fine. So I've gone through, everything's working on the Switch. What I've done is I've tested it on my OLED, and yeah, that one works perfectly. The Pro, or actually did it? Was that the one that the Joy? One of them has got the dodgy Joy-Con, so I think it is the blue one. It's got a dodgy Joy-Con, and I think the L button doesn't quite work, which is a shame because you can hear it clicking when you press it, but yeah, it doesn't register. So I ended up getting them for £21, which was actually, I was actually aiming to try and get hold of a set for about 20 quid. And yeah, it just took me absolutely ages to find them. So yeah, really happy at that. They normally go for about £30 for a set of 40 Joy-Cons. So yeah, not too displeased with that. As I say, I'll get them put in the box with the other Switch, with the Switch itself, and then I can then go through and repair these at the same time as the Switch. The Switch repair will be coming up, but I just need to. I still need to get the screen digitizer, and obviously now I need to get a couple of new Joy-Cons as well. Next up, we've got a couple of PS1 games. So this next one just happened to, I can't remember if it was on one of my search alert emails or if it just happened as just come up as a sort of suggested. But I ended up picking it up, and this is Tennis Arena on the PS1. Now, I've never heard of this, and I will say it wasn't the best tennis game I've ever played. I've said before, I do really like playing tennis games, but yeah, this one just could not get on with it, and as I say, it wasn't the best tennis game I've ever played. But yeah, as I say, it is a tennis game, and it is a new PS1 game as well. Right, so this next one, this is probably the most important game in the whole of all of the pickups that we've got today. And for this one, I actually need to give a shout out to someone. So Becky Hall, I just want to say thank you so much, because this game has been driving me mad. A lot of the time, whenever I talk about the Tony Hawk's games, I always talk about a BMX game that I always get them confused with. And on a previous video where I mentioned this, Becky actually left a comment on the video to tell me the title of this game. And it is Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX on the PS1. I was jumping with joy when I read Becky's comment, because this game has been driving me round the bend, because I was convinced that I had played a game on the PS1 that looked like the Tony Hawk's games, but it was BMX. And I could not for the life of me remember it. And then, as I say, Becky left a comment on the video. I immediately went over to eBay to look, literally saw the cover, and I immediately bought a copy, because I was like, no, I need to get it. I just sort of, yeah, just wanted a copy in hand. And yeah, then went back over and thanked Becky so much on the video. So yeah, a massive shout out to Becky Hall. Thank you so much. You've really taken. You do not know what this means to actually finally figure out what game it was I was talking about. So for that one, we paid £5.95. Looking it up online, it normally goes for about £6.50. So yeah, as I say, it was more than happy to have it in the collection. Right, what have we got next? So next up, we've got a promo CD. And this is the GameCube promotional CD. So when you open it up, you've actually got a little 8.5 centimetre CD. Now the disc is the same size as the GameCube CD, but it is not designed to be used in a GameCube. It's actually designed to be used in a PC, but unfortunately I wasn't able to actually play the disc. Because this requires an old version of QuickTime, which I think is on the disc, but I wasn't able to install it on my Windows 10 PC. So yeah, unfortunately I've not been able to look at it yet, but what I'm hoping to do is I will get hopefully get a PC up and running soon where I can run some old stuff. And then I'll be able to sort of capture the footage and at least have it stored for future. Paid £6.95 for that. On average they go for about £10. So yeah, not too bad there. Right, next up we've got a couple of accessories, and both these accessories are for the same console. And this was a console, I think I mentioned it in my Aims video at the beginning of the year, that I wanted to get the accessories for this console and actually have it complete. Obviously it's not in box, but it does have these accessories now, which really do increase the value of it. So the first bit that we've got is a Sony DualShock 2 DESR10 controller. You'll see it is white, and the DualShock 2s don't normally come in the white, because this one is specifically for the PSX. So this is the controller that was bundled in with PSX, and if you bought the console new, this is what you would have got. So yeah, really wanted to get this. I've been looking around for a while. They go for absolutely astronomical prices. I've seen sort of 60, 80, even £100 for sort of used controllers, and then they only go up from there if you want to get it brand new in packaging. So I saw a seller that had a couple of them. He was selling them at a couple of different prices, but this one just looked to be in impeccable condition, so I wanted to grab it. So I ended up paying £35 for it. And yeah, as I say, on average, the prices that I was seeing for this is about £65. And I'll be honest, I'm mental when it comes to my game collection. But even for me, there are limits. And paying £65 for a DualShock 2 controller is just a bit beyond me. But yeah, as I say, really happy to have that. And yeah, it's another step closer to getting the accessories that I need for the PSX. But I did say that there were 2 accessories, and with that I have actually ticked off the other accessory that I wanted to get, and that is the remote control. So the PSX was actually released as a DVR with a PlayStation 2 built in. So yeah, it does actually have the capability for sort of a DVR function, and yeah, the main purpose of it is the DVD and the recording functionality. So it's it would have a controller with it. So yeah, once again, this was something that I've been looking at for a while, and they were just really difficult to get for a decent price. So I think on average these go for about £45. And once again, it was a difficult one to justify spending £45 on a remote control. But I did manage to find this one. Unfortunately, it is really yellowed. But I can live with that for the fact of actually having it to go with the console. So I ended up paying £23.99. And yeah, just really chuffed. I have tested it. It does all work. And yeah, just happy to have that in the collection to go with the PSX. Then what have we got next? Right, next is going to be another item that I mentioned in the aims for 2024. And one of the big aims for this year is boxes. So I want to get boxes to add to the collection for consoles that I've already got in the collection but don't necessarily have a box for. And I think this was actually one of the first ones that I picked up, because I saw it and I was like, no, I have got to grab it. It is going to make the console technically a variant, but even still, it is just such a cool addition. And that is the Super Mario All-Stars SNES box. So the big thing for this is it does come with the polystyrene inside. I will say the box is a little faded in parts. What is it? So like this side, you can tell that it was actually stored like that, with this side facing out, because this is quite faded. But if you look on the back, it is really bright. I'd say the front is a bit faded, but not as bad as the side. But yeah, I saw it and just had to pick it up. So it only comes with the polystyrene. So there's no console, no cables, no instructions, no nothing. We paid £55 for this. Looking online, this version of the box normally sells for about £65 to £70. So yeah, getting that for 55 quid was a real bargain. But in addition to that, obviously, as I say, it is missing the manuals. So, and before I drop them out everywhere, I have picked up the whole set of manuals. And I managed to get these on an eBay auction. But it was such a sketchy auction. Because I'd been watching it for a couple of days. And it was sitting around sort of £3, £3.50, something like that. And then sort of it come to the time when the auction was finished. I put my bid in, and then just immediately got outbid. So I was like, okay, not a problem. I will sort of carry on looking. And then So that happened, so the auction finished just before I left the office. My office is about 10 minutes from where I live, so I was like, yeah, so fine, carry on, I'll look again later. And by the time I got home, I actually had a second chance offer sitting in my mailbox. So yeah, you can make your own mind up what happened now, but as I say, it was a second chance offer, so I did go for the offer, did accept it, and yeah, just really chuffed that I did. So I paid £8.33 in the end. That was delivered. Looking to get the full set, other listings that I've seen go for about £25. So yeah, just really chuffed to get that so cheap. And as I say, that then means that I can actually complete the SNES box set. I think actually, say that though, there will be one manual I'm missing, and that will be the manual for Super Mario All-Stars. So I'm going to track that down, because obviously we do have Mario All-Stars cart, so that can go in the box. We've obviously got my SNES, which I'll put in the box. So it is just that cart that I need to get, and then we will be good to go. But yeah, just really chuffed to have another box in the collection. Once again, I still need to try and sort out a way to display my Super Nintendo boxes. Not my Nintendo boxes, because obviously we've got a couple of Switches now. We've got my OLED Switch, we've got the NES, we've got the SNES, and yeah, just a whole load of consoles now that I need to be able to display the boxes. Because obviously we've got the Mega Drive shelf, we've had the Mega Drive shelf for a while now, but yeah, just really want to get those on display as soon as I can. Okay, so next up, we have got a couple of games. One of them being quite a sketchy game, but I actually picked these up from Play Asia. Now, I've never ordered from Play Asia before. I've looked on the site. There's always stuff on there that I want to order, but I decided to pick up these two games. Originally it was meant to be free games that I was picking up, but one of them went out of stock before I could buy it, so yeah, I was a bit gutted about that. But I picked up two PS4 games, and the first one was Dead or Alive Extreme Free Fortune. Now, after buying this, I was talking to a couple of friends. Actually found out that there was another different version, which was Extreme Free Scarlet, and that was actually the better version to get. And apparently it's better to get it on the Switch. But for me, I just wanted to get a copy of this in the collection. Obviously, I've got Extreme Beach Volleyball on the Xbox, and then I've got a whole raft of the Dead or Alive games. So yeah, wanted to get this in to carry on the Dead or Alive games, really. I have to say, I have played it. It is an interesting one. So obviously it is completely in Japanese, but it is subtitled in English. And yeah, from what I've seen of it, I've probably played about 20 minutes, half an hour of it, and I'll be honest, I don't see the point of it. Apart from the main point of it, if that makes sense. I don't really know what you're trying to achieve in the game, and yeah, it's an interesting one. It will go in the collection, but yeah, it probably won't be one that I play too often. But yeah, it is what it is. But I did say I did order two games from Play Asia. And the other one that I've got, this is one that I've been after for a while. But every time I look at it on places like Amazon or eBay, it is just so expensive. So to find it on Play Asia as cheap as I did was absolutely brilliant. Actually, before we go on any further, I forgot to say the prices of Dead or Alive. So paid £49 and 69p. Looking it up on eBay, they go for about £70. So yeah, that was a massive saving. So really chuffed with that. But as I say, the other game that I got was Fatal Frame: Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. And yeah, I would admit I've never played any of the Fatal Frame games. I think over here they were called Project Zero. Just looking behind the camera, because I have got the original Project Zero on the original Xbox. I actually got it in a big Xbox lot that I picked up towards the beginning of the channel. And yeah, was really surprised to see it. I think at the time that was the most expensive game in that whole bundle. But yeah, I haven't played it. But yeah, I got this and decided to sort of give it a go. And I have to say, it was absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed it. It's very sort of, feels very much like sort of Resident Evil 4 type sort of camera angles and things like that. But yeah, it is, from what I've played of it, absolutely superb. Probably done about half an hour, 40 minutes on it. And yeah, just really enjoyed it. It's definitely one I'm going to go back to. Probably going to try and sort of arrange a night where I can literally just sort of turn the lights off in the games room, put my headphones on and crack on with it. But yeah, absolutely brilliant pickup. And so paid £49.68 for that one. Looking it up on eBay, it goes for £75. So yeah, once again, a really good pickup. Massive saving on what it would have cost had I bought it off somewhere like eBay. Right, so next up, I actually got a couple of pickups that I made from Amazon. So I can't remember if these ones, I think these ones were, they were actually bought around Christmas time. And what happens is the company that I work for, they sort of give us a sort of Christmas present just before Christmas, and it's basically a £50 voucher that we can choose to spend, or we can basically select from a whole range of vouchers. And I normally pick an Amazon voucher because it allows me to get a couple of games from Amazon. So I decided to convert the voucher, go for an Amazon voucher, and convert that voucher into a couple of new games for the collection. Now, the first one that we got was actually one that I'd seen on another YouTube's channel, another YouTuber pickup video, and it looked really interesting. I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed it when we were playing it. And that was Dodgeball Academy. So this is an NTSC game. Don't think it was released in PAL regions, but obviously with a PS4 is multi-region, so you can play it without a problem. And this one, it basically calls itself a sports RPG. And basically the idea is you've been selected to go to a prestigious dodgeball academy. And basically you show up there, and the idea is that they will train you up to be the best dodgeball player in the world, and sort of a dodgeball champion. And literally as soon as you get there, you are being thrown into matches. You are being sort of challenged by different people already at the academy, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So it's a mixture of sort of 2D characters in a 3D world. You basically, the academy itself is all sort of open world, so to speak. And then the matches, when you first start playing, they're easy to get to grips with. But it is a sort of game that's going to take you a bit of time to actually master and become sort of dominant in all the matches. But yeah, as I say, really enjoyed that one. Paid $14.99 off Amazon. Actually managed to find it on CEX, surprisingly enough. And it goes for £8. And then it goes for about £15 on eBay. But obviously, as I say, because I was able to pick it up from Amazon with my voucher, that's why I picked it up. Then, next up, we've got an Xbox One game, and this is Desperados 3. Now, I knew nothing about this game before getting it. It flagged up in my Amazon suggested. I decided to have a look at it, saw that it was going for very cheap. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go. So I picked it up for £3.95. And yeah, it's a really interesting one. So it is basically a top-down sort of Western shooter type stealth. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of sort of like a Western version of Metal Gear Solid. You'll see from the footage, obviously, it's a bit more sort of raised up, but yeah, that's what it's sort of reminding me of. So you've got to either sort of sneak past enemies or basically fight the enemies. And yeah, it was a very, very interesting concept. Definitely one I will chuck in the Xbox every now and then to sort of give it a bit more of a go. Probably not one I'm going to sit down straight away to look to complete. But yeah, so decided to grab that. As I say, paid £3.95 for it off Amazon. It goes for £4 at CEX and £6 on eBay. Then next up, I got another Xbox One game, and this was another game that I've played this before. I've put copious amounts of hours into it on the PC, and that is Project High Rise Architects Edition. So yeah, you will see it is still sealed. That is because it is currently available on Xbox Game Pass, so I was able to play it through that and not need to actually open the physical copy yet. I have to say, I really, really love this game. I think I've said before, I really enjoy the sort of management sort of sim games, and yeah, I can sit there and play them for hours. I know I know that I've done a game on played it on Steam. I know it's in my Steam library. I know that. And I know one time I literally sat down. I think it was a couple of nights in a row, and just was hammering it out. Absolutely loved it. And once again, there's every now and then it comes up that I just want to just game, but I don't want something that's sort of like a first-person shooter or anything that needs that's got too much of a sort of dire consequence. I mean, a lot of the time with these management games, you can just go through, you can build. Yes, you've got to keep an eye on sort of money and things like that, but in general, they're fairly. You haven't got to put a lot of thought into them. Is basically what I'm saying. So yeah, absolutely love that. And I will say, I was really, really impressed with how it controlled on the Xbox One. When I see these games, I'm always concerned when playing with a controller. Especially if you think a game like that, it was designed to be played with a mouse and keyboard. So yeah, playing it with the controller, it's actually really intuitive, really, really good, and yeah, definitely one that I will be going back and playing. And then the last Amazon pickup that we made was another PS4 game, and this was actually one that I missed out on. So this is Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater. So this was the other Fatal Frame game that I was hoping to get from PlayAsia. But yeah, missed out on it. It was out of stock when I went to buy them. So luckily I was able to find it on Amazon. And it wasn't too much more expensive. So I paid $59.99 for that. I think it was going for about £46 on PlayAsia. So yeah, sort of about an extra 15 quid on top, but I just really wanted to get it into the collection, really wanted to be able to play it. Obviously the $59.99 from Amazon is about what it goes for on eBay, so it goes for £60 on eBay, but yeah, just wanted to get it in. I haven't played this one, so you will see that this one's still sealed. There's no gameplay footage for it. The reason for that is because the other one, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, is actually comes before Maiden of Blackwater in the timeline. So I decided to play that one first. Once I've completed that, then I'll go on to Maiden of Blackwater. But yeah, just really happy to have them both in the collection. And yeah, hopefully I will be able to pick up the others. But I know that they do go for a pretty penny, so I'm hoping going forward I'll be able to grab them but if not, I've definitely got these two to play. And if Maiden of Blackwater is anything like the other game, it should be a really good pickup. Okay, so next up, we've got a couple of games that we picked up from Nikki. So once again, I get a text message from Nikki to say, oh, I've got these games, any that you're interested in. And yeah, there was a couple that we didn't have in the collection, so I did grab them off him. First one that we got is actually just case only. I don't even think, it's not even got the manual in it. But that is X2 on the PS1. Now this is a Team 17 game. I don't know anything about actually. Oh, I am going to have to get the disc for this because this is a shooter. So yes, I did say on a video a little while ago that I really want to bolster the shooters that I've got in the collection because I don't have a lot. So yeah, I am going to have a look, see if I can pick up the game for that. He didn't charge me for the case. He actually didn't charge me for anything. So I don't know why. I might have done him a favour or something. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't actually paid anything for any of the games that I got off him. But what I will say with X2, it's a bit of an interesting one because just on the back it says for bundling only, strictly not for resale. So whether that was meant to be bundled in with a PS1. I don't think I've ever seen a PS1 bundle with this being advertised, but I might be wrong. So box only for that, couldn't find a price for, so I haven't got anything down. Next up we've got a double, and that is Gran Turismo Concept. So this is 2002 Tokyo to Geneva. I have to say, I actually, the first time I played this was capturing the footage for this video, and I am really impressed with the PS2 Gran Turismo games. I think there was such a big leap in graphics from the PS1 to the PS2 with these games. Definitely showed off the potential of the PS2. So that one normally goes for £4 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then another game from a sort of sub collection that I tend to look out for, and that is F1 F104. I'll get there in the end. So yeah, whenever I see an F1 game, I will always pick it up. I'm a massive fan of racing. Love F1. I will be honest, I'm disappointed that I don't really get to sit down and watch races like I used to. But yeah, really chuffed to have this in the collection. It's not one of the F1 games that we had. And yeah, able to sort of tick off another one there. That one not listed at CEX, but goes for about £5 on eBay. Then next up we've got Crash Nitro Kart. So I actually think I've already got this in the collection, but I've only got it disc only. So now we've got a complete copy, which is really good. So this is just your sort of standard sort of karting game. I will say, sort of next below sort of Mario Kart, the Crash games and the Sonic game, the Crash Kart and the Sonic Kart games, I think are actually some of the best karting games other than the Mario games. So yeah, really glad to have that in the collection again. That one goes for £5 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then the last PS2 game that I got off Nikki was Ferrari 355 Challenge. I think the less said about this one, the better. So it's basically an arcade racer, and the controls on it are horrible. They really are. The steering is so oversensitive that just trying to sort of take a simple corner, you'll end up either in the barrier or off that way, and it's just, yeah, really let down, because graphically it looks brilliant. It looks like a spot on sort of arcade racer for the time, and yeah, it's really just let down by the controls, which was a real shame. It really was. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, really disappointed with that. I really was. So that one goes for $150 at CEX, £8 on eBay. And then the last game that I got from Nikki was a PS4 game. It's actually a PS4 game that we've got in the collection, but this one is sealed and it also comes with an outer sleeve. And that is Lego DC Superhero Villains. And yeah, we've already got it in the collection. I've got quite a few of the sort of Lego games on the PS4. But as I say, this one was sealed and it come with the sleeve. So that's one of the reasons why I grabbed it off Nikki. So it goes for £8 at CEX. Obviously that is going to be just the game in a pre-owned condition, more than likely without the sleeve. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Yeah, so that is going to be without the sleeve. Or it goes for £12 brand new on eBay. And that is all of the main bits that I picked up. But if you give me 2 minutes, I am just going to get set up with some of the bits that I picked up from Dan. So here we are. As I said, I did actually go back to Dan and pick up a load more of the Pokemon standees. So it was a couple of weeks after I picked up the first load, and I just happened to phone him and asked him whether he still had any of it left, and he said yeah, he had quite a bit. So we come to a price and I actually took everything he had left off him. So as you can see, we've got some more standees behind us. We've got Paldea Evolved, we've got Battle Styles, and just behind me we have got Astral Radiance. So yeah, but they are not the only ones that we picked up. So in the lot that I picked up from him, there were 12 more standees. So we've got a Sword and Shield, we've got 3 more Battle Styles, so including that one, we've got 3 Battle Styles in total. We've got a Rebel Clash, we've got 2 Astral Radiance, including the one behind me, Silver Tempest, Paldea Evolved, and a Paradox Rift. So on average, all of them go for about £45. The Battle Styles sell for about £30 each, and the Astral Radiance are going for £50. So yeah, there's a couple that are above, a couple below, but yeah, some really good ones there. Then in addition to that, we also picked up a couple more of the card displays. So these were, I think they were sort of counter displays, and they had some oversized cards on. You will see in the pictures as, at the moment. So we've got a Paradox Rift and a Paldea Evolved. But I don't have any prices for these because I just literally can't find any reference to these online anywhere that I've looked. Even in the last video, in the last lot that we picked up, just couldn't find them. Then next up, we've got a couple of sets of the display cubes. So I think in the last video we picked up the one for the 25th anniversary, I want to say. Well, he had a load more of these left, so I actually picked up all the sets that he had. So he's got a set for Darkness Plays, and all of these sell for about £25. So we've got Darkness Ablaze, we've got Pokemon Go, we've got 151, Unbroken Bonds, Rebel Clash, and Battle Styles. So these were the ones that had all 3 cubes, so it's got a small, medium and large, and yeah, they are designed to go on top of display units. Then there was a couple of random cubes as well. So we've got a small Sword and Shield one, which sells for about £9. We've got a large Lost Thunder, so that's Sun and Moon, and that sells for about £12. Then in addition, we also got a whole stack of posters. So we've got a whole load of the pre-release location posters. So you'll see a picture of like the big piles. So we did get a fair few in the last video. But this time we've got 2 Paradox Rift, 1 Astral Radiance, we've got a Battle Styles, we've got 2 Paldea Revolved, and Scarlet and Violet. And then we also got a whole stack of the tournament posters. So we've got 2 Chilling Rain, 1 Astral Radiance, 2 Paldea Revolved, a Scarlet and Violet, Battle Styles, and 2 Paradox Rift. So on average, the posters are selling for about £20 each, from what I've seen online. So yeah, some really good pickups there. So all of that we picked up, I managed to get for £100. So a absolutely stonking deal. Some really good pickups there. And yeah, I have now got the arduous task of working out where to sort of store all these, because I haven't got room in the games room to either store them or have them set up, unfortunately, because I would love to have some of these set up permanently. But yeah, I've got at the moment they're scattered about the house downstairs. They're still all in their original boxes, so I have got, once again, I've got all the boxes that they come in from Pokemon. But yeah, really chuffed to have these in the collection, and yeah, a just massive amount of Pokemon store displays that we've now got. So before we wrap up the video, let's quickly run through the totals. So our total spend today was £491, £491 and 57p. There you go, I'll get it right in the end. If we'd bought everything from CEX, we would have been looking at a total price of £113 and 50p. And then if we'd got everything from eBay, now obviously with a lot of the Pokemon stuff, I am just averaging out the prices and sort of taking prices from equivalent things. But it would have cost around £1,499 and 50p. So yeah, absolutely monumental amount there. But some bits I'm so happy to have in the collection. So that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye.